Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crowdsourced challenge where we're in a very familiar equipment combo. We've got the class, we've got the Abbey. Why do we have these when I said I was going to, you know, not do the rest of Field 19 off camera? Or on camera even? That's because we're not going to be doing Field 19. What the hell? We're not going to be doing Field 19 today. We are... Excuse me? Going to repeatedly hit something that's apparently invisible? What the hell? Oh, I know what's happened. I'm gonna have to reset the Abbey because what I've done is I've moved the invisible boom arm. Right. Where is the Abbey in this selection? Because I need to reset it. And then I'll get to what I'm actually going to be doing today. There it is. Just reset that, please. So what we are going to be doing today, once I get the Abbey again. Okay, memo to self, do not mess around with the invisible boom arm controls. What we are going to be doing today is a contract, because I had a look at the contracts, and I'm just going to attach the Abbey real quick before I accept it. Looked at the contracts, and hello, Field 1 for 10,000. Let's accept this contract. We're gonna get 10 grand. Basically for free. For doing some slurry spreading on Field 1. And when I need money, this is a very good idea. So, odds are, you would have seen me finishing this in yesterday's stream because I like doing missions as quickly as I possibly can. Which means that the promises I made for yesterday's stream and yesterday's video were probably wrong. But one thing that I did notice in the mission: any type of fertilizer, liquid, solid, slurry, or manure. Now, when I've got slurry and manure being produced basically infinitely by the animals for free, I'm going to be using the free option to make 10 grand effectively for free. This makes Dave happy because it reinforces the fact that animals are hilariously good value in Farm Sim. The downside is I can't really see where the slurry is being laid. This is slightly problematic. So I can see it from... Oh god, are we gonna have to do reverse angle slurry spreading because I can't see otherwise? Looks like we're gonna have to look backwards to see where the slurry is being spread. Okay, that's fine. I guess. It's better than nothing. Now, with the, this is kind of an extra reason why I'm doing it this way, is I didn't mention in yesterday's video that I updated the Real Dirt Color mod, so that it'll now show up slurry on the tires and stuff. Now, it won't do it straight away, it won't do it right now because we're not driving over the slurry, but as we get further into the field and we inevitably have to drive over slurry to get to places we haven't slurried yet, you'll see the tires and stuff changing colour quite drastically from the very light brown to a very deep brown, nearly black, as the mud and stuff gets, you know, moistened and the slurry bits slurify the wheels. So it'll get quite... I'd say it'll stand out fairly well when we get to that point. But for now, we're just gonna try and get the slurry down as quickly as we possibly can. Without using GPS, by the way. I don't want to use GPS on this because I kind of, in a way, want to waste slurry just because it's free. which is a bit odd, but also true at the same time. Oh, there is a way to see from back here. If I go down a bit, you can see that the bits that I've slurried are shiny, and the bits that I haven't are not. Because the bits that I've slurried are damp. That makes perfectly logical sense. But yeah, a bit of a change from yesterday's video. I'm recording it immediately afterwards. And after all the complaints I made about having to spend all of the money on the sheep. Because 10 grand for free, effectively. I'm not going to have to spend a penny on this. I did, by the way, you might notice that the tanker's running faster than it did before. I did spend the 197 it cost to repair it. I realised while I was finishing off the Field 19, which is now done, by the way, or at least mostly done. I think I might have missed a bit. But as I was finishing off whatever bits of Field 19 I had to do, I realised that knocking 3 kilometers an hour off meant that every hour I was doing 3 kilometers less field work, which is quite a drastic amount. Is Field 19? Field 19 is in fact done. If I take off the lime from Field 1, you can see how far we are here. So yeah, the plan is basically we're gonna spread slurry possibly a bit inefficiently, but as quickly as we possibly can, which is part of the reason I repaired the Abbey, on Field 1 here to get basically free money. And I don't think there's any other way of putting it. It is just money that we wouldn't have otherwise that we're going to get as a result of doing this. And with zero expenditure on my part, other than slurry, which the animals are producing anyway. I see literally no problem with this. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be a bit odd, is I'm going to just go as far as I can go here and then start a second headland when I get the tanker full again. Is that really a smart idea, Dave? No. Should you really do that? No. Are you going to do that still? Do you know, yeah, I'm going to listen to my brain here instead of my idiocy and say, no, I'm actually going to come back over here and continue on this headland and then do the second headland. And just for the sake of cutting down turns, I'm going to circle spread. So I'm going to work in towards the center of the field, which I'm sure will not annoy anybody at all ever, because I never get complaints when I circle mow or do anything of that nature. So that's, there we go, there's the really dark slurry texture very briefly as it swaps over to a different texture for... I'll show you guys when we get back into the field. I'll zoom in on the wheels and stuff so you can see the texture really taking effect. Let's just clean the wheels a bit. Comically, it's a bit fast. I know that all the updates to the dirt mod, the real dirt color mod, have been just like, yeah, we're making the mod work faster, we're making the mod work faster, we're making it work faster, faster, and now maybe it's a bit too fast. Because it just goes like instantly fully dirty. We're down to 470,000 litres of slurry, by the way. With the ridiculous amount of 800,000 that I started with, we're down to 400,000 already almost. Because I did, I will admit, cheat in slurry at one point. And I'm kind of glad that I did, because oh my god, would I be broke if I didn't. The amount of fertilizing I've done, I'd probably be onto another harvest though. But if I zoom in here on the tractor, you'll be able to see the real dirt color mod take effect. And zoom. Just immediately really dark dirt onto the dirt here with proper mud. And it should lighten up in theory. Maybe, maybe not. Once I come over and around onto the slurry again, which I think I'm already on. I was. It darkens again. But as we go through this, you'll see the tires kind of alternate between really... Well, there's the rear tires really getting muddy. Not mucky, not covered in slurry, but you'll see them change colour once. I'm going to intentionally drive onto the slurry over here, just to cause the... No, it doesn't matter, I'll do it when I'm leaving the field again, actually. Yeah, I'm going to circle spread, so I'm just going to work in towards the centre of the field, making as few turns as possible, because that will work for me as a method. Am I going to do that? Actually, do I want to just use GPS course and get incredibly lazy? I mean, it'd be nice. Will it be entertaining? Probably not, so I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two-handed, so we'll... As you can see, the tires very quickly change colour into the slurry state and then back to just plain old dirt. I'm going to do a second headland just so I got room to turn around when I'm doing the proper passes. And yeah, the plan here is just to, I guess, try and get this done as quickly as possible to the, well, I say as quickly as possible. Get it done enough as quickly as possible, because I have noticed that we're already at 18%. And I could go off and do some weird slurry painting in the middle of the field, but I'm not going to this time. I'm gonna behave for once. Mainly because I don't want to have a huge mess on the stream whenever I come around to finishing this. And it might not have been in yesterday's stream, so you might be coming into this not knowing that I've done this at all. It really depends on what I've decided to do in yesterday's stream. But the plan for sure for today, for this evening after the stream, and you guys won't see this, is I need to do some testing for tomorrow's. No, yesterday's stream. Never mind. After today's stream, I'll be chilling out and probably flying a few FS Economy missions, because Hayden is going to shout at me if I don't accept the invite to the FS Economy VA. But, yeah, what I'll hopefully have done last night at some point is flown some test flights. Just around the areas I plan on flying into today in the World Tour in X-Plane. Which I spoke about it in yesterday's video, I'm going to talk about it again now. If you are into flight sims, watch it because it's a flight sim. If you're not, maybe consider watching because it's just me completely chilled out and just relaxing in a stream that is just entirely intended as a chill stream for me to just sit back, relax, and just shoot the breeze with whoever turns up in chat. Last week we had a Boeing 737 pilot telling me my landings are awful, and slightly concerned by the fact that I managed to short field land a Boeing 737. That shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have been possible. But I did it, because it's me. And that was a near study level 737. And I got it to stop, almost immediately, upon landing. Such is the caliber of pilot that I am. That there's the tires changing colour again, by the way. That, yeah, I literally did something that isn't possible. I mean, in my defense, the only reason I did it was because I was actually landing on the wrong runway entirely, because I had lined up for a different runway. I was then told, oh, hang on, you're lining up for the runway you definitely shouldn't be landing on. Re-lined up for a different runway, and then about 6 miles out from the airport where I really couldn't line up for a different runway, I was told, oh, hang on, oh no, the runway you were lined up for before was fine. This one's the runway you definitely shouldn't be landing on. So I just pulled on full anchors and stopped the plane. As soon as it touched down. It wasn't the greatest landing ever, but people were able to walk away, possibly with whiplash. but they survived. Probably. I haven't decided what plane I'm flying today. I'm thinking Cessna again. But the two legs are quite decent length. The first leg I did a test leg last weekend, I think it was, because there was... Well, during Storm Freya, I did a test leg because I figured the weather would be interesting, and it was. And flying at a ground speed of about 50 knots. Yeah. It took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the Cessna. I might fly something different this week, though. So I flew the Beach King Air 200 last week. I might fly the Baron this week. Or the Duke. Beechcraft have such cool names for the planes, to be fair. And I know this isn't related to Farm Sim, but it's stuff that's coming up on the channel, so I feel it's fair game. Also, if you're vaguely interested, I do have the flight plans coming up. I do have the flight plans available during streams. If you enter !route into the chat, you will get the planned route, not the exact flight plans, but the kind of the route that I'm going to take and the airports I'll be stopping at and the airports that I have stopped at. It's all color-coded. If you look at it and you see a green airport, that's where I've been. You see a yellow airport, that's where I currently am. And you see a red airport, and I've not been there yet. And if you go to the South Pacific at the time of recording this, and I'm hoping to have this rectified by the time you guys see this video and I stream later on today. But if you go to the South Pacific right now, as I'm recording this, you will see that I've just marked some airports out. I have no idea in which order I'm going to hit them. Because I need to try and figure out some sort of loop in between them to get to other airports that I need to hit. But it's looking like the South Pacific around Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea is going to be very jet heavy. Hence why it's called the Mostly GA World Tour. Most of the legs will be doable in a small private propeller or private grade propeller plane. Some of them will have to be done in passenger jets or just large jet craft in general. Maybe some private jets, because I do have one or two available to me that could do some of the longer legs that I'll need to do. Also, I'm going up and down now for no reason other than I can. But yeah, I'm gonna need to try and plan planes as well. I don't want to buy more planes right now, because I am, if you didn't know, saving up for 2070. So basically all the super chats and all the PayPal donations and sponsorships and Patreon, that's all going into kind of a central fund at the moment. Not the Patreon or the PayPal donations, they're going into a separate fund for Dave Wants Nice Things. They're going into the Dave can maybe buy a new plane in X-Plane fund for the World Tour, effectively. Everything that goes straight to my bank account, which is stuff direct through YouTube, Super Chats, ad revenue, and sponsorships or joining or whatever it's called, memberships. In the interest of being completely open about where the money, you guys donate to me goes, that will all be going into, that all goes into my bank account. I think it's €10 or $10 a month goes to a Navigraph subscription, because I like using Navigraph charts in X-Plane. And the rest pretty much all is going into saving for a 2070. Because that is something, it's something that I'm very slowly realizing that I need an upgrade to my graphics card. because the more I play games, the more I realise the graphics cards, the 980 is really being taxed now, because it's only a 4GB 980. And by the way, I'm not going to try and finish this field today. I will be finishing up the episode very soon. In fact, I might finish it up now and just have this as a very short episode. Because I know we've been doing a lot of kind of samey jobs recently and a lot of slurry recently, and I do apologise for that, but it's just kind of the way it's gone. I may or may not finish this off camera. It really depends on how time treats me for the next couple of days, or basically until yesterday's stream. But yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here. Hope you enjoyed. As always, leave comments, likes and subscribes below. Hopefully the audio has been in sync. I've changed settings that OBS told me to change. If it's not synced, I'm going to be screaming at OBS and probably using a different recording method, possibly a lot more convoluted in the future, or for a little while at least. But until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.